Good evening and welcome to the SwiftSole live stream for week 12 of Supreme with myself, Josh, aka the LuckyBotter. And again, Supreme has kind of come with a bit of a brick week, but there is some profitable drops. And in all honesty, I think there are a couple of items that may do pretty well. Now, how many of you are currently still upset that the Milan box logo didn't drop? I mean, I did a whole video on it in how to set up and didn't drop in the EU. Didn't even drop in the US. People are still assuming that it might shock drop at some point. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think they are going to drop it online? Do you think they're not? I don't know. It's anyone's guess at this point, really, isn't it? Anyway, so this week we've got, I think, one major item that you may want to gamble on because stock is looking very, very limited. I'm talking less than 2,000 worldwide, and that is, of course, the SMEG fridge. And then, of course, we do have the collaboration with Timberland, but weirdly, no boots. I mean, the boots would have been pretty cool if they did just a small box logo or something like that. However, I am liking the jacket, hence why you can see it in the main thumbnail. So we'll look at how to set it up, resale predictions, whether it will resell, whether it won't, etc. And look at the total drop list as well. But again, I am personally still very upset that the Milan box logo didn't drop. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? I'm sort of over it by now. Anyway, let's have a look at this week's list. So, Mr. Producer, if you can bring my phone up on the stream, thank you, sir. And we've got quite a few different items. Now, don't forget, don't get too upset with Supreme yet. We've still got another TNF collaboration that should be good. And we've got at least 2 box logos dropping this season as well. So, the best is yet to come. Every Monday when I see the drop list, I am hoping and praying for something good. Again, we may have a couple of things here. Who knows? So, we're first going to be looking at exactly what is dropping after dinosaurs. After dinosaurs. I have no idea what he's talking about. Anyway, let's go. Oh, I remember what you're saying about the... Yeah, people be... What do people say about things were extinct before dinosaurs? God knows. Anyway, so let's look at the list. So people are liking this bike pump this week. However, I don't think it'll resell. The retail on that bike pump is way too expensive at $60, so we're not there. Then we move on to what I believe is one of the main items of the week, and that is the small or the mini fridge. For a mini fridge, that is... Oh, yeah, the ADBC. Sorry, that was right, Sam. Yeah, because remember when I said it was AD and not BC or whatever before Christ, and people going, yeah, but that was the dinosaurs. It means after dinosaurs. Yeah, all right, son. Anyway, so Supreme's mini fridge. Now, the thing is, this is a small fridge, and SMEG is usually quite a high retail anyway, but it is quite a high retro type vibe, high margin or a high retail usually anyway for fridge and white goods and stuff like that. Is it going to resell? Now, we've put on here that it probably will at about a $300 resale. However, it may go for more. It all depends on the hype. It all depends on how easy it is to hit. Now, the problem with this item is that if you do hit it and you want to send it back, that weight is going to be so heavy. It's going to be hard to find shipping. And if you do, it may be anywhere between 40 to 50 pounds/dollars. So it may be a risk to go for it. I'm still debating of whether I go for that. I probably will because I've got nothing else to go for. So why not? And look, worst case, I'll stick it in my office. Simple as that. I think it will do well. I think it's a very good piece. I think no matter what, if you like Supreme, you like the retro style, it will do all right. I think, again, that if this was 2 years ago or around a year ago, where Supreme items or accessories was really hyped, this would have gone for sky high. I'm talking like $3,000 to maybe even $4,000. Now, maybe $500 profit on it or something like that. But I think go for it. Why not? That's one of the main parts of this week. There are some pins. There are some key rings. Mainly going for retail, to be honest. Crusher hats. Crusher hats tend to do well. Depends, obviously, on the style. This one's a reflective ring around the hat there. Will it do well? Maybe $20, something like that. I'd like to think that beanies do well. However, we've seen with most of the beanies that have come out throughout this whole season that beanies have just kind of gone down. Not many people are wanting beanies. Now, the Timberland one, though, is pretty clean. It is pretty nice. So if you wanted to risk it, you could. The retail's pretty low on it. So it might be something that you want to go for just in case it does resell. Timberland camp cap, probably not. Camp caps don't really do too well, in all honesty. I like the idea of the Eagle hooded work jacket. I like the kind of thought process around it, but there's just too much of the Eagle. There's too much of the branding. This reminds me of, was it around maybe mid-season where they did one with the Jordan somewhere on the jacket? I can't remember. I don't think this will resell for much, even if it does resell. Maybe you can go for a small or an extra large, but I just don't think it's worth it. For $20 profit or something like that, I don't think it is. Now, this is an item that I honestly believe will do well, and that is the Anorak. I think the Anorak is really cool. I think it's really clean. It's kind of like a workwear / casual vibe over pullover type thing. I think the two colours on this, honestly, there's a black and that white is really, really nice. The reflective stripe I think is quite cool because it gives that kind of workwear style. And the way in which that they've sort of coupled up the colours, I think it is cool. I do like the purple. However, I personally wouldn't wear it. And that orange colour is a bit garish. Not for me. I think the black and then potentially the white, I think those two colours are really nice. And the retail is a low retail at $170 for a jacket collaboration with a big branding at the back, and it is usually stitched on this sort of stuff. I think it's a cool piece, and we're going into kind of summer style now. And listen, if you're in the UK, this week has been peeing down with rain, so something like that will be perfect. So it is still a jacket that people will go, oh, actually, I can still get some use out of that over the coming months, 100%. Yeah, I think the white is not a bad idea or a bad shout to go for. However, the black is always going to do best, in my opinion. And again, if you know Supreme, you know that it goes small, then extra large are the two main sizes for resale, then large, and then lastly medium. Medium is the lowest of the low, in all honesty. The double knee denim painter pant with the eagle, no, it's not really for me. Script sweatpant, no. Now, the Timberland painter pant, I like it. I didn't like it at first when I see it on this sort of style, but when I see a picture of someone doing a fit pic of it on Instagram, I actually quite like the fit. It was baggy at the bottom, but wasn't too baggy. It didn't look like a boot cut thing. I thought it actually looked pretty cool. And they were wearing the pink type colour one. Yeah, I think it's like a pink. Anyway, what do we call it in here? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, pink. I knew it was pink. It's like a salmony pink. And I was thinking, actually, for summer, with a top like this, potentially some white shoes, the Photon Dunks, something like that, it's pretty cool. Will they resell? Maybe above retail, but don't go all out for that. Maybe stick it in a multi-cart. That might be an idea with that and maybe the beanie or something like that. Potentially that's an idea to go for. The reflective pant to go with this, in a sense, and to go with this colour. Slight bit of profit. I don't think it's something to really go for. I think if you're wearing this and you're wearing that, you are now a binman. You are flexing binman with that outfit, in all honesty, especially if you're in the UK. There's nothing wrong with binman, but I don't think that's really what the style you're probably going to go for if you're going out flexing, to be honest. Possible cancelled Blessings Ripstop shirt. I like the idea. I like the patches at the back. I kind of like the design on the back, but in all honesty, it's probably not going to resell, but it's a cool piece. Too much bandana is going on that t-shirt, I think, for that to do well. It's not going to do well. It's really not. Air Forces. Now, don't forget, Air Forces are rumoured to be dropping every single Friday, not on a Thursday, so there's no point going for it. In all honesty, the black ones have kind of bricked in a sense. The white one, there is still profit. Anything above a US 8 or US 8 and above is some lunch money. Below that, if you get a US 7, US 6, if they drop that, that has got a higher profit margin, in all honesty. So they are always worth going for on a Friday if you are around your phone. The two sweatshirts coming out, or the hooded sweatshirts coming out this week, people are liking. However, with that Vampire Boy and that panelled script, it's not going to do too well. Now, look, we've still got the Milan box logo t-shirt in there, just in case, because people are thinking that it might just randomly restock. It's not going to cost you anything to just put a task in there. Yeah, so just run. Just go for it. Look, loads of us went for it last week. Surely everyone here did on the Friday and the Monday and was like, oh, it didn't even drop. But look at the resale. $700, like, it's crazy. I wanted one of those for personal, but I'm not paying $700. But just put that in. You might as well just keep it in a task list. I've kind of always got it in a task list. I think I deleted it from here. But always have it there, just ready to go, just in case it does restock. And don't forget, SwiftSole added a new feature in settings where you can put a notification on for your specific region, which means that if it does restock and you haven't created a task, don't worry, you're going to get a push notification from SwiftSole to say it has dropped. So make sure you have your notifications on your phone and within the SwiftSole app on settings. The spell out top, no. The rugby top, no. And then, of course, there is the crew neck from Timberland as well. Crew necks, in all honesty, don't do too well unless the design is really good or unless it's like a box logo crew neck or the Fogo that we got, that kind of fake box logo, the cutout box logo. But again, that kind of bricked after initial. But maybe not really one thing to go for. So look, if we're looking at this week, what are our main items or our main items to go for? It's got to be the fridge, 100%. I think put all effort into that. However, it's a high retail. So if you haven't got that much capital or you can't hold for that long or you can't wait and hold a load of money in that, go for the Anorak instead. I think those are your two surefire hits. Then after that, you may want to go for the Crusher and the beanie. And if you want to risk on the other Timberland stuff, go right ahead. You can risk on that as well. Collaborations tend to do well. I still wish they'd done Timberland boots with like a little, kind of like the Air Force Ones, like a little box logo on the heel. I do wish they did that. Anyway, let's have a quick look at your questions. Oh, dear God, people asking for a Foot Locker again. Going for the Zip Crusher. Nice, good luck with that. Where can I buy a sweatshirt? Oh, we've got something coming up in London soon. I have had a delivery come from SwiftSole themselves. A few boxes came in. And on the week that the box logo is dropping, I would be planning, if I were you, to be down at Supreme in-store. And we will give you more information on that, obviously, the day before. But be ready. We may have some surprises going on. And I may pop down there with a load of SwiftSole hoodies. I can't be more obvious than that. Anyway, hasn't dropped. Don't think it's never ever going to drop. Edgar, I kind of agree with you. I don't think the Milan logo is going to drop. I really, really don't. What should I do to split the Anorak and the other hat or do them in the same cart? I wouldn't risk the Anorak and the hat in the same cart. I think the Anorak is going to go out of stock, especially if you're going for a hyped size and a hyped colour. I think if you're going for that that child diarrhea orangey colour, you might be able to multi-cart that. If you're going for the purple, potentially. But if you're going for the white or black, I don't think you'll be able to multi-cart it, especially if it's in a small and XL. If it's in a medium, you might be all right because that might sit for a while. So potentially. So I think it all depends on the size and colorway that you're going for. It didn't drop. No. Running 10 task on a BOGO just in case. Cool. Small or extra large on the Anorak. Again, when it comes to sizing, small is always best. Extra large is second on most items, in all honesty. So if you get a small or an extra large, you're going to do pretty well. You tend to do pretty well in all of that. In all honesty, where else? We've got Walmart. Thanks for that comment, mate. That really helps. Do you think the white will resell? I think so. I ain't spending my money on a fridge, even if it has resale. Listen, you can spend your money on weirder stuff that has resale. Let me tell you that. Anyway, let's go on to looking at little wedding picture there. Let's go on to looking at how we create our tasks in SwiftSole. So first and foremost, you're going to be on this task window. You press the plus sign, and from here we go to create task. This is the window that we've been looking at. It's auto-populated for you. So let's get ready. I might as well set up while I'm here. This is what I do, by the way, every Wednesday. I set up here on a live stream, and then that's what I use when I go home. Done. So this is killing two birds with one stone. So SMEG mini refrigerator. So first and foremost, I say this every week, but just in case some of you guys and girls are new here, Supreme have a limit. So it means you can only go for one item per profile. And what we mean by profile is per person. So your name, your address, your email, and your billing profile, so your card, needs to be unique. Otherwise, you will get blocked at checkout. Okay? And you can create more profiles. So if you've got 5 different cards or credit cards, debit cards, whatever that is available to you, you can have 5 different profiles. And what you do is something called a jig of your address. In other words, you just change it up a tiny bit so it doesn't be detected from Supreme, and Supreme's detection is very low. The postcode can be the same, the city can be the same, near enough the number can be the same of your street as well. So let's say, for instance, I lived at 1 SwiftSole Close. I might do 1 SwiftSole Close for my first one, the normal one. The second one, I might do one SwiftSole without an I, so SWFT, Sole, and then CL for close. So I'd just reduce the name down. That would be all right. You can do the 3-letter jig as well. So you can do 1 space ABC, SwiftSole close. And then the next one DEF. Something like that. Like, you can literally do it as simple as that. However, your phone number must be different. Your email address must be different as well. So just sign up for some Gmails, or I'm sure you've probably got unused emails or your friends or something like that. So that's the way in which you do it, and make sure your billing profile is also separate as well. It's as simple as that. The fridge is small. The fridge is small, but it's not too small. No one wants a lifelike Supreme fridge in their kitchen. If I told my wife today, babe, I bought a new fridge. Yeah, okay, so it's about that big.
74 by 40.
Right, 74 by 40. Perfect. You know why? It can fit in a man cave. It can fit in an office. Straight away, if they tried to deliver a full-size fridge to my house, regardless if I want to resell it or not, my wife would refuse delivery. She'd go, that's not coming in the house. However, a small one, oh, where's that going? That's what she says to me. That's the first thing. Where's that going? Oh, it's going in my office. Oh, okay, cool. See what I mean? That would have more sellability. Is that a word? I don't think so. That will be more desirable than a full-size fridge for most people. Because, look, there's nothing worse than having full-size objects that say Supreme on it for your friends to come around, especially when you're my sort of age. But when you want to flex a little bit, you just have little furnishings around. That's the way to do it. Anyway, so the address can't be the exact same for different profiles. Good question, Fusion. No, they can't, because Supreme will block you at checkout. Can I do the 3DS on my phone to accept? Yes, just be quick. This is where we recommend going for premium. And I know I say this all the time, but trust me, I've got premium. And I was paying for premium before I worked for SwiftSole. The producers got premium. But basically, what you have with that is you get background tasks. And background tasks basically means that anytime you come out of the app, it will still run for you. You can go and text, you can go and do whatever you want. And you could run the whole day. I did that with the Milan box logo. I literally just left it in the background just in case it dropped. So I didn't even have to worry about whether or not I got a notification or I was at my phone. And the good thing about that as well is that if a 3DS notification comes through, I know I haven't got a rush to accept it because I know SwiftSole will still work in the background. However, you will have time for it as well. You'll have, I think, at least 30 seconds before anything happens in the background. So don't worry, just be quick on that. How much stuff are we supposed to have in settings? How much stuff? Be more specific for me, please, Wasp, and then I can help you there, sir. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Also, I like your tattoos. Nice. Oh, thank you. I would recommend not getting tattoos. I regret these very heavily, but this is what you do when you're 18. So these tattoos are like 15 years old, but anyway. And no one really gets to see the top one as it goes. See the motorcycle there? Yeah, very nice. That's probably what... Oh, we'll do that again. There we go. Nice little vision there. There we go. I like motorcycles, so I thought I'd put a picture of it on my body. It's what you do when you're 18. Off topic, but that what does your sleeve say? We won't go into that. It's a bit political. Anyway, if you ever see me on the street, I'll give you more information on it. And it may not be good for the YouTube algorithm. Josh flexing the guns. These are pea shooters. These are not guns at the moment, mate. Lockdown got me bad. But don't worry, I'm coming back. Anyway, so we've done the profile situation. Size. I would usually class it as random for these sort of items. The reason why, you can put NA, but if Supreme decide to do something silly and have it as small, then it may not pick up. So I just leave it as random, so that means that SwiftSole will always pick up the item. Okay, I always do that. Color. Again, 2 options. 99% of the time, Supreme is going to say it's red. 99% of the time. But the 1% of the time where they want to muck it up and say it's cherry, I haven't checked, by the way, because this is something that you should do. And I'll explain this on a different site that happened before. But it might be that SMEG doesn't call it red. If SMEG doesn't call it red, then they will call it by the SMEG's color code. Yeah? This happened with a different site before. Instead of a glass, it was called a chalice. And because we put in chalice in the Old Boys Botting Club, we were able to hit loads because other people called it a glass. Anyway, it's always good to do some due diligence. SwiftSole do what they can, but go in the background, have a check, see what SMEG call it. Do you know what? Let's just do it together. Why not? SMEG red fridge. Let me just see to make sure. If it does say red, then it's all good. Single-handed hinge. I just want to check to see if the company call it red itself. There's a few different reds. That doesn't help at all. Okay, there is a red color, but there are some other deep red. It should be fine. You should be fine. But just in case it's not, just in case you want to cover all bases, do a task with random or something like that. That's what I'd recommend you do. Anyway, I thought we might as well just do that while we're on the live stream here. So let's say it's going to be red, right? That's my profile, Soldo, and then capture. So capture, for those that don't know, are the small grids that come up where they ask you to solve a sort of riddle where it goes, just pick the fire hydrants to check whether you're or not you're a bot. Now, if you have a high trust rating from Google, you are able to bypass that. You get something called a one-click. Now, 2 ways that you can do that within SwiftSole. Either A, you use a capture harvester, you sign into your Gmail via SwiftSole, and then from here, that will push any one-clicks to SwiftSole. So you just sign in there. Or let's say you're someone like me and you try and go for loads of different things on Supreme. So you want to add in more than one email. What I use is something called AYCD. And again, this is only available to premium users. However, AYCD is a third-party service, so you must pay for that separately. There is a guide down below in the description, so do ensure you read that if it's something you want to try. Now, AYCD, I import a list of my Gmails, and it will get all of those one-clicks and push them to SwiftSole automatically. And it does it effortlessly. I haven't got to do anything. Now, this is as long as you've got one click. Say you haven't got a one click. Say your Gmail score is not trusted, and you can test this. If you go on Google and just go test one click score, or test V2 score, because it's an invisible V2 capture, it will tell you whether or not you got one click. Now, if I don't, in AYCD, I can actually train my Gmails or farm them, which means it will just do activity for me. It will use the Gmail and go and watch videos. It will use the Gmail and go and read news articles. It will do it all in the background. I haven't got to touch it, which means I can just get more one clicks. That's all. So AYCD is a good tool, especially if you bot other sites, things like Footlocker, etc. You will need AYCD. It will do the similar thing for when you get other types of captures as well. It means everyone's asking me whether this bots Footlocker, which it doesn't, and you're just trolling me. But I thought I'd use Footlocker as an example. Anyway, sock sizes. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, Liam. Yeah, good question about the sock sizes. I just stopped in the end. But you can choose either AYCD or Capture Harvester. Totally up to you what one you want to do. Don't forget, AYCD is an extra cost, so you may want to think about that. So look, I always use AYCD, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, task mode, drop mode and restock mode. Restock mode is now working. There has been an update. So if you are going for a restock or you're running a bit later and waiting for it to restock, you can go into that. But we're going to go for drop mode. At the moment, PayPal checkout is not working. Do not use it. Leave it alone. 2 ways that you can do a start time. You can either do a custom time, so you can actually set a time, or you can go manual, which means that you can just press start all tasks. I'll show you that in a second. Now, the custom time means that, let's say, for instance, you're at work. You want it to start at 11:59:50, so 10 seconds before. We recommend a minute before, but I'm just using that as an example. If you want to start before, set a custom time, and it will start automatically for you. I always do manual because I get scared in case a timer doesn't work for some reason or there's a bit of a bug on the day. So I'm going to do manual, save task. It's ready to rock and roll. Now, I'm going to add in a couple of other things because I want to show you the multi-cart feature. So let's say, for instance, we are going to go for that crusher. Yeah, that'll do. Why not? And then also we'll go for the beanie. So let's say we wanted to go for the crusher and the beanie. And we're like, do you know what? I want to try and save some shipping because I don't think these are going to be the most profitable items. So I want to put them both in the same cart. Very simple. What we do is we press the plus sign, and down on the bottom right, if you're a premium member, you can get multi-cart. So you click on multi-cart. It's showing you 3 different carts at the moment. Triple H. That's actually my favorite emoji on Discord, by the way. But anyway, Kit and SJV. They're just codes for the carts. You don't need to worry about that. Well, what I can do is I can click on one of them and I can drag them into that next cart. So now that other cart's gone and the crusher and the beanie is now in cart Kit. Done. So what will happen now is when I press go, when I press start all tasks there on the top left, it will try to do the SMEG mini fridge in one cart and those 2 in a separate cart for me. Simple. Okay. So just before we're ready to roll, so let's say we've done that. It's maybe 10 minutes before the drop. You're like, right, what do I need to do? Press plus sign. First and foremost is add a Gmail account right in the middle there. Make sure you have a Gmail assigned there just in case you've got those one clicks and they can be transferred into the bot. If for some reason you don't have one clicks, don't worry. If you're not using AYCD, what you do is you have your capture harvester open. So you click harvester. So anytime a capture comes in to SwiftSole, you can actually solve them there in that little box. Okay. Now, SwiftSole does have a mode where you can have double capture harvester. Don't touch that. We don't recommend you do because that will lag your phone. So at the moment, I just keep it as a single harvester. Okay, not a multi-harvester. Other than that, you're kind of ready to roll. You can start all when you want. You can stop all when you want. You can mass edit the tasks if you want to change your profiles or something like that. Okay. Now, there are a couple of different errors that you'll get from Supreme. One is a payment decline. That could be for a few reasons. That could actually be from your card's point of view. So some card providers out there won't allow some of your details to be different to the card. Okay, so certain providers, if you've got a different name, if you've got a different first line of the address, they'll just cancel the transaction. They won't allow it to go through. So there's one. Two is a high traffic error. High traffic error basically means that they think you're a bot. So they've kind of detected the checkout flow, haven't let you go through. Now, this is something called the ticket system, and it's quite interesting with the ticket system. A lot of bots, not just SwiftSole, does not hit on initial. Now, SwiftSole's had a major update where now the success ratio on initial has skyrocketed through the roof. It's doing very, very well. However, let's say you get caught by that ticket system, don't worry. Because at some point during that drop, Supreme will drop the ticket system or it will reduce it. Which means now the checkout flow probably won't be checked or it won't be detected. And this is why most people, I say most people, hit on restocks when it comes to Supreme and not initial. And the way in which Supreme do their stock is they drip feed and they constantly restock for the next 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour. So if you don't hit initial, don't stop. Just keep running, keep restarting, keep running. And 9 times out of 10, you should hit if you're just persistent with it. Okay? That's some of my top tips. Anyway, let's look at your questions. I'm just going to have a look. Thanks to you guys, my ape skateboard came in today. Nice, Edgar. Yeah, that looks really clean, to be fair. I like the ape skateboard. I really do like it. Like your tattoos. Thank you, man. If I do more than one profile, I won't get an IP ban. No, you won't. I've run 10 different tasks on SwiftSole before, and that's the sort of limit we recommend. I don't get IP banned at all. So the address can't be the exact same. No, they can't. Josh seems like a good fella. You have a couple of Moretti's with. I'm not really a Moretti man, Sam. I'm bourbon. You know what I mean? Old fashioned. That's my drink, an old fashioned. I do like a whiskey. What time do you usually start this live stream? So we start every Wednesday at 7 p.m. British summertime. However, remember, if you're in the UK or if you're in London, be prepared that when we get told that there's a box logo drop, I'd recommend coming down to the Supreme store and you get to meet me in person. Please don't hit me and please don't tell me how much you hate me. You can spit at me if you want, but from far. That'd be fine. Says red on AO. Yeah. That's one of their red colours, but there's a cherry and there's like a deep red. Oh, God knows. But just keep it as red. You'll be fine. Did Supreme troll you with the Nike size? Yeah, so Supreme done a weird thing with the Nike socks, right? On last week. Was it last week? A week before, I can't remember. The Milan Bogos got me all confused. And they had like a size 2, 3, and 4. I was about to check out a bunch. I was like, I have no idea what the sizes are. Sorry. I've got a buyer that wants a load of them. I was like, mate, I don't know what size a 7 is, so I'm not touching them. So I just stopped all tasks. I was like, I can't be bothered with that. How much is AYCD? I believe AYCD, you have to buy Toolbox and then One Click. Also Solve, sorry. I think it comes to around $25 per month. If you're in a cook group, you should get a discount. However, actually, if you go into the description, you get a discount with SwiftSole as well. And don't forget, join our Discord and all the information is in there. If you don't hit drop, do you just edit to restock? Yes, Wasp. So what I would recommend you do is maybe for 5 minutes, keep on drop. And then if you want to now put in a few restock tasks, go for that. You're ready to go. How many tasks do you have? Around 10. You can spit if you wear your mask. Yeah, great one, Lucas. Spit if you wear your mask, 100%. And the wind is coming in your direction if the mask is off. Then you may spit. That is fine. You get loads of the sizes wrong. Yeah, they did get loads of sizes wrong, to be fair. Yeah, black socks. I told everyone the black socks would do well. I said that. People don't listen. The amount of times, right, I get... So what happens after all of these live streams, every single one, I get DMs in Discord say you're wrong. They're going to tank. They're going to brick. This happened on the hysteric glamour jeans. They're going for around £50 on top. It happened for the Nupsy. I said the Nupsy would brick. I said that. It will go below retail, then wait for a while, and it may go up. But I said initially it will brick. Everyone told me I was wrong in that. The socks. I said the black socks are good. The red socks might be all right for some Instagram fits, but no one's going to be wearing red socks for too long. I said the black socks. No one wants to listen to me, man. No one wants to listen to me. I'm upset now. I'm upset. Do you run Supreme ACO slots? Just running for a friend. We do, yeah. Quite a few people do, in all honesty. Yep, I do, sir. I do. Do I edit? Oh, we've already said that. Is it worth running for Le Mans BOGO tomorrow just in case? 100% Cameron. You just never know, right? Like, if you don't run and they drop, you're going to be like, for God's sake, Josh, you told me to do it. It's your fault. And then I'm just going to get, like, more hate. But if they do drop and you've run a task, there you go. Bingo, you've hit. I doubt they're going to drop it, by the way. But just in case they do, just run the task. It doesn't cost you anything. And don't forget on Friday, 11 a.m., just run for Air Force Ones as well. Because 9 times out of 10, they will drop it. But not every single week, as we've seen. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Does Mass Edit have the option to change to restock mode? Let's take a look right now. So if we go into Mass Edit, press plus. Where is my Mass Edit? There we go, Mass Edit. There you are. You can either change from Capture Harvester to AYCD or restock mode and apply. And now they are all mode, restock on the left there. I'll go to Mass Edit again just so you can see it change from restock mode. We go drop mode, apply. They're all on drop mode now. So yes, sir, you can. Ah, Mohammed's already helping you out. There you go. But I thought I'd show it to you. I thought I would show it. Cool. All right. I think we're there. Again, just for some of you newbies, Supreme will drop every single Thursday at 11 a.m. local time, wherever you are. Also, on a Friday, generally speaking, Air Force Ones will also drop as well. Don't touch the delays. Here's some top tips. Don't touch the delays. Let SwiftSole do that. Start 1 minute before. I would always recommend making sure either your Capture Harvester is open or you've started auto-solve, on AYCD. Don't get disheartened if you don't hit initial. Most people don't hit initial no matter what bot they're running. They will usually hit on restock, so wait for that. If you change to restock mode, cool. But if you're stuck on drop mode, you don't want to get past that, you want to stay there, that's fine as well. You will probably still hit, okay? Don't use PayPal for now. And also make sure you have notifications on just in case the Milan box logo drops. 2 items that we're running for are in the thumbnail. You've got the fridge and you've got the Anorak. They're the 2 major items this week. I think there is some resale finally from Supreme this week. And again, we have got some heat coming soon. The 2 box logos and another TNF collaboration that should be fire. Cool. It isn't to do this week, but is it good to sell on StockX? And how can you get buyers? Look, StockX is a weird one. Like, most people brick stuff on StockX. I've sold on StockX before. However, I recommend finding Facebook groups that are Supreme focus Facebook groups. Start interacting with people in there. Start getting known. You know, start becoming someone that people trust and sell from there. I've got most of my bulk buyers from there. If not, then platforms like eBay. I've sold stuff on eBay. The person's come back to me and said, have you got something this week? Have you got something that week? And they start to trust me. That's where I've got most of my bulk buyers from because I am just polite to people. I'm not rude. So when someone asks for a discount, I kind of just go back and forth with them. I don't tell them to do one or something like that. Simple. No Android. All my homies ain't Android. There is no Android version. No, sorry. It's only Apple. However, don't forget, desktop version will come very soon. Make sure you join our Discord, 1 for support and 2 to enter for beta on that. If you've got any more questions, we have a whole support team in that Discord group and they are fantastic. You can open a ticket or you can just ask us questions within there. I'll be there all the time pre-drop, so hopefully see you in there. And listen, if you're going for anything tomorrow, best of luck. Do let me know what you hit. Do let me know what you're going to be selling. And hopefully at some point we have more heat. I've said it already, but have a great evening. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining. Be lucky.